Hey, how's it going? This is the. Hey, what's up? This is the. I have 83 subscribers now, and I've been keeping up with the every 20 subscribers that I get that hold steady for a while. I end up sharing 20 more things I like. Shout out to Livy again for the idea that I stole with permission. So we are going from 125. Cool. Okay. Let me write. Let me do something really quick. 140, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to write a line so I know where to stop. Y'all ready for this? So last time I ended on port swings. So now, first thing I like, I'm not going to do the number, I'm just going to go down the list. I like concrete. Let me expound. A lot of this comes from my skateboarding background, but I used to just appreciate a good, especially smooth. I put bonus if it's smooth in parentheses. I really like concrete because I think it facilitated skateboarding, and the rain usually drains right off of it, and you don't get muddy, and no weeds grow through it unless it's cracked. And I used to just be not exactly a connoisseur of concrete, but just like, ooh, that's some nice concrete, you know. Um, New grip tape on skateboards. So part of that's the smell. So I like putting fresh grip tape on skateboards and just giving it a good sniff. And I don't think that has changed yet. Next one is hearing stories from your elders. I'm not like elders you like, obviously. What what I mean is when I was a kid, I didn't really care to hear stories. I like stories now, so I like hearing stories from my elders. Next one is Gardettos. You know, you're going on a road trip and you get a bag of Gardettos. So it's got the breadsticks and the rye chips and the pretzels. And what else? There's not much else. They're good. I like Gardettos. Here's another smell based one. I like sniffing new tires. I remember when I was a kid, my mom got new tires on her station wagon, at least the front ones. And I would go up to them and put my nose pretty much on them and just sniff her tires. And funny thing is, there was a product the other day that was rubber, and I said, "That's not China rubber." I smelled it, and I was like, "That's Vietnam." And I forget what product it was, but I read it and it was from Vietnam. But I don't think I can do that every time. But there is a certain stench to China rubber versus USA rubber in a way. Jurassic Park, the first movie. I think we all pretty much like that. Um, I got that from my grandma like a long time ago on VHS. I think I still have that copy. Next thing I like is when my car seat has grab handles. I think what I mean by that is the overhead ones. So I love it when the car I'm sitting in has that because I like to just hang with it sometimes and just like hang with it. Next one is secret pockets on coats. So yeah, it used to excite me when you open up a coat and like it's got a pocket inside and you're like, yes, I can keep secrets now. New van sneakers. You know when you just buy a new set of Vans, there's something I really like about that too. Um, this one's kind of timed out, but I liked eraser collections. Um, so I had like back when they had, hopefully they still do. It was Scholastic Book Fair. I would always go and get a new eraser, and one of my favorite ones was Little Blue Cow. Another favorite one I had was this little turtle with a guitar, and they're usually the erasers I liked. Excuse me, were not good actual. They're not good at erasing. They're novelty, and they're like the more rubbery, bouncier ones. If that makes sense, they didn't do the bead thing very well, so it seemed rendered ineffective when you're actually trying to erase something. The Twilight Zone, the original series. Oh my gosh, I think I just got goosies. I really do love that show. That's all I got to say about that. Cold weather. So I like cold weather on here when properly dressed. So when you go out in cold weather but you're comfy, there's something I like about braving the cold and like the absence of bugs and flies and the fact that like people kind of thin out because not everybody has a reason enough to push through the barrier of entry that is the weather hurting your face. Next one I put is long ass four-door cars. I do have a thing, like I wouldn't want more than one of them, but like I like Lincolns and Cadillacs and Mercedes Benz and things with the emblem sticking out the top, the hood. And I like long four-door cars for some reason. The next thing I like is suggesting new music to folks. And I'm also very particular about this. Like, I want people to feel like I'm not pressuring them. Like, for some reason, I want to, like, pad the room for them and fluff their pillow and be like, listen. Like, I want to be clear and be like, hey, let me down easy on this one if you don't like it. Otherwise, it's all gravy. It's cool if you don't like it. Partially because I realize and acknowledge that timing is important. And, so I know that sometimes it's not going to get in. I had a friend I suggested a band to, and like 2 years later, they're like, man, you're right about that band. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I didn't know if the timing was right. Next thing I like is beans and anything. This is a family recipe that I won't get too into, but it's basically if you were to make pancake batter and make a pancake, but chop it up in little bits and continue cooking it until it gets kind of crispy. Then you lay it on a plate and put a bed of ham and bean soup on top, and it's like, it's really good. And crack some fresh pepper and maybe some onion, and it's amazing. I'll show you. And skid loaders. Also a thing that I kind of is more of a phase. I used to love skid loaders. Like I would, bobcats. Anytime I would drive by with somebody had one in the yard, I'd be like, skiddy, skiddy, and like I really liked them. I still have one, but I think I'll sell it. Olive Garden salad. Yes. And I didn't always know that I liked the dressing. I was like a little tunnel vision kid that like I got it without dressing. I used to eat it dry. And once I accidentally forgot to take the dressing off in my order and it came down, I'm like, I like this. So now I buy the actual Olive Garden brand dressing for home. We're down to the last three. Get excited. I like how I put for some degree on this. So the third one to the last is lawn mowing. I love the smell. I sometimes like the sound, especially when I got hearing protection on. I like riding the zero turn when it's running good. But I don't like the whole industry of it. I feel like they're just trying to get us to buy more gas and seeds, and I'm kind of more about clover now. I don't know. But I still like lawn mowing in general. But I put to some degree in parentheses. Also, to some degree, I like pressure washing. Just because you get that satisfaction of running a wand and having the dirt just disappear. So there's a lot of inherent satisfaction, I think, in it. And the last one for today, for 80 subscribers, is label makers. So it's fun just to like electronic or mechanical, but I almost like the mechanical more, where it emboss the letter. But it's just fun to like goof off and like label stupid stuff, like milk jug and stick it on there, or like scissors and put it on there. But not just for goofing off. I think it's also good to actually label the stuff you're using, if it's like a communal workspace, That just made me think of something. Everything makes me think of something. But anyway, that's the last one for now. And you know what? I'm going to do something a little cute. I'm going to sneak the next three in because there's 83 subscribers for you three. But I'm just going to repeat them. If I do 100, I'm going to just repeat them. So, tech decks, little fingerboards. Although, again, I only need like one of them. I'm getting rid of like most of my toys. You got to understand this. Trenchers. Again, I'm kind of a phase. Damn it, I'm sad that like a lot of this I don't feel that about anymore. But I have a trencher I really like. I call him Trench Reznor. And just things I can dig, Ooh. And then the last one for the 83rd subscriber is working tape decks with mic inputs. So anytime I would buy a tape deck, I wouldn't buy it pretty much unless it had mic inputs. Okay? because this is the best way to make mixtapes and stuff. Ooh, I like that smell. When I eat popcorn, my knuckles smell like popcorn, or like corn itself. And if you breathe out first, it like warms up your finger. Then it smells really good. But that's it. I'll see you next time, maybe. It took like 4 months to get these. So, thanks for watching and hanging out semi-digitally. I wish I could say I had a lot of something to update on, but I don't know who the hell you are. I don't know who I'm talking to. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Right now I'm feeling really warm. I mean, like, glowing. Like, warm inside. But that wasn't the case. I had a couple little outbursts today, and I'm like, what am I, dude? Like, dude, man. But, thanks for watching. I'll leave it at that. Bye-bye.